Today, let's talk about identity fusion. Now for those who don't understand what identity fusion is, identity fusion is a psychological state where a person's individual identity becomes deeply merged with a group, a belief, a relationship, a cause, or even a role. And the boundary between I am me and I am this becomes so thin that protecting the group can feel like protecting oneself. And normally, people belong to groups while still maintaining a separate sense of self. Like you can be part of a family, a religion, nation, career, relationship, or even movement, and still recognize your own individuality. Identity fusion happens when the connection becomes so intense that the group is no longer something you belong to. It becomes something that you are. Like a good example is, and it's common, a person may become completely fused with political identity, to a point they feel personally attacked when ideas are challenged. Another common example is someone may become fused with religion, to a point they see questioning beliefs as an attack on their existence. Others become fused with relationships. A good nickname that they are given is the simps. Others become fused with parenthood, careers, sports teams, or even social movements. So the danger is not attachment itself, because human beings naturally seek belonging. The danger appears when losing, questioning, or even changing that identity feels like a psychological death. Now, don't get me wrong. Identity fusion can create extraordinary loyalty and sacrifice. People may endure hardship, protect others, and even dedicate themselves deeply to meaningful causes. But it can also create rigidity, tribalism, emotional dependence, and even hostility towards anything that is perceived as a threat. Psychologically, identity fusion often grows through shared experiences, emotional intensity, trauma, struggle, or even powerful belonging. Humans want meaning and connection, and fusion can provide both. But now when identity becomes too fused, independent thinking can shrink. Criticism feels personal, differences feel dangerous, and the person may even lose touch with who they are outside the group. You should always ask yourself this question. If this disappeared tomorrow, or even whatever I have, this what I've fused with disappears today or even tomorrow, would I still know who I am? Spiritually, identity fusion can be seen as attaching the self to temporary forms. Roles, labels, and even groups can give meaning, yes, but they are still structures around the self rather than the self itself. Roots are important, but roots are not the whole tree. In short, identity fusion is when personal identity becomes deeply merged with a group, belief, or even a role. It can create loyalty, meaning, and even strength, but when taken too far, it can limit individuality and make people confuse who they are with what they belong to. My people, hail.